prepare everything. Here's some Korean Englishmen in the background. So be it. So I use my tripoda. So basically, guys, been at work all day. That's been pretty fun. Been at work all day, guys. Just wanted to show you how the meals have been going lately. Turning my food. Hold on. So what we have. Here we go. Air fried. Some chicken thighs. Right now I'm in the turning process. Turn them over. Flip. It's hard to do left-handed, actually. Alright, perfect timing. Coming back. So, basically, I been pretty much liquid all day. Started off with espresso and 30-gram Nuri, which is up there on the shelf. Then I had a Powerade with a Ghost sugar-free energy. Right now I'm adding Hydro Splash, electrolyte, and some Ghost BCAA, which I'm still convinced has a little bit of a energy boost quality to it. Throwing it everywhere, actually. Just because I don't want to burn through another Powerade for dinner. But add a whole bottle of water to that. So yeah, a Nuri with coffee, a Ghost with Powerade at work. I did bring a David bar, so my total protein intake for the day got up to 58. I did have a cup of water, I think about probably 16 ounces. And then I drank a protein shake that I mixed up when I got back before my workout. So that brought me up to 108 grams of protein. And then I went to the gym, did leg day, had another 50-gram protein shake. That brought me up to 158, and now I have the chicken in there. We're gonna weigh it out to make sure it's like hopefully 1.5 servings, because 1.5 servings would be 25 grams plus a can of solid white albacore tuna, some mustard, some spices, a little bit of sesame seeds on top, which have 0 calories, it says. But if it's a few carbs, that's fine. I'm not tracking the carbs and the fats just because everything I have, the ratio is way weighted to the protein side of things, so it's barely even half the protein content. Like, there's no way the Nuri has half of 30 grams of protein of carbs, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. The chicken has a little bit of fat. I have some pickles there, and then I have a can of sweet peas as my carb source for my one solid food meal. So this is my one solid food meal, and I'm trying to make it at least 50 grams of protein. So 33 grams in the tuna fish. And then as long as it's 84 grams of chicken, it's going to be 17 grams of protein. But I'm shooting for, let's see, 42. So 126. I'm shooting for 126 grams, which would make it 25 grams of protein, but whatever. Oh, and I have these 2 rice cakes. I did eat 2 rice cakes actually after work. This is the white cheddar. I don't think it matters because they're all about 11 grams of carbs. Well, let's see. The salted caramel actually was 11 grams. These, I'll look, because I know these have 2 grams of fat, I'm pretty sure, because of the cheese, I guess. Yeah, 2 grams of fat, 9 grams of carbs. So it has less carbs, which makes sense because the caramel ones probably have more sugar or whatever the carb is in there. If it's sugar alcohol, I don't think it is. But yeah, 2 grams of fat, I'm guessing from the cheese. That's what cheese is, and this is the only rice cake with fat, and it's the only cheese one, so that would make sense. Yeah, basically I need to get 6 shots of espresso plus a Ghost Energy during work just to get through. It's very labor intensive shit, even if it's a slow day. If it's not a slow day, it really sucks, because then it's just non-stop, constant piling on one thing after another. But anyway, so I come back here and I'm zonked. I'm literally fucking like depleted everything, especially going liquid most of the day except for the David Bar. David Bar's 28 grams of protein. I had those other ones for a little while. I don't know if you saw what kind they were. They're like some kind of brand or whatever, I don't know. But they were kind of in the snack food section, and they had a higher amount of carbs and fats, and so I was trying to blow through them, really honestly, which I did. The David Bars are a lot better with the carbs and fats. I think it might be like 2 grams of fat and 11 or some of that grams of carbs. I don't know, but still, it's not even half of the protein, so we're good. Especially one a day at work when I'm like completely empty stomach, whatever. It just helps me not feel sick while I'm like hyped up on caffeine and energy drinks and running on liquids. So right now I'm looking at 10 more Nuri and 12 raw protein shakes. Plus I still got a lot of powder. I have a good amount of powder. I've gone through over half of most of them. I still have one unopened street churro. This is the open one, but I have an unopened one that I got on clearance. Got it for like 25% of the original price. So I'm still doing good. I've gone through all my supplements. I'm on my last. I just opened this one. Black Shilajit, Ashwagandha, and Tonkatsu Ali. This I got off of Amazon for like 28 bucks. So I bought 2. This is the second one. I'm taking that. And I'm taking the Amino Complete. I went and bought another pack. These are like, they went up actually to 15 something from like $13.99. So they went up about $1. Reminds me, I didn't actually take it. I think. I can't remember. I really am getting bad at remembering if I took these or not. I think it was this morning. So I took my second one. I have 2 minutes left on there, so I'm going to get my sweet peas. I've told you about it. I don't know if you can even see that. Yeah, I guess you could. So, yeah. Let's weigh out once this finishes in a minute and a half. We're going to weigh it out. Ooh, drop my fucking rice cake. Go ahead and move everything over there. Just in preparation. Yeah, I'm dropping all kind of shit. Alright.
My hair is definitely a reflection of who I am. Wild, fun, fiery for sure. It just goes with the flow. Me and my hair, both on tape.
I'm gonna pause that, I guess. I'll just use this. Put this on the side of here. I'm gonna end up throwing it into the sweet peas. I just have a little bit of seasoning on those, and I'll probably get a little bit more mustard for the chicken. Got this life hack from Sam. Mustard is crazy. It's got 5 calories, it says, but 0 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs, and 0 grams of protein. So you tell me where it comes from. Vinegar, water, mustard seed, salt, and turmeric. So whatever your 5 calories are coming from is coming from some of those sources. And that's the chicken done. So we'll go ahead and weigh that out. Nice and crispy on the edges. Alright, let's see. Can you see it? You can almost see it. I guess you can if you look hard enough, right? It's hot. We're shooting for 126, guys. 243? Hell yeah. Plenty. Plenty of protein, guys. So 243 divided by 84, that's a little less than 3, right under 3 servings. Because 3 would be 240 plus 12, and that's 240 plus 2. So we're 10 grams away from 3. Look at these sweet peas. Put some sesame seeds on them shits too. Alright, so let's assemble this meal before we spill everything again. Now what I'm going to do is set this to the side for now. I'm going to add the tuna and the pickles that I sliced up. Hell yeah. And I'm going to make this kind of a sort of salad-ish type thing. And then I'm just going to eat it on the side of the chicken. Oh yeah, that's going to be nice. Going to give some juiciness back to this tuna fish. The albacore is very good tasting. Doesn't taste fishy like regular tuna. It tastes like meat, but it's kind of dry. So a little bit of mustard, some veg, especially canned peas. That's nice and juicy. Some juicy pickles in there. Some seasoning, of course, on both the tuna and the sweet peas. Alright, I'll throw that right there so I can season up. I usually put some seasoning on this, but right now I'm just going to hit it with some mustard. So that is 5 calories. I don't know if it's fats, carbs, or proteins. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't think it's fats and I don't think it's protein, so we're just going to count it as 5 grams of carbs. Got some Bergerons Cajun. Gonna just slap that on there. I usually do this while it's in the air fryer, like when I flip, but it really makes zero freaking difference to the cooking of it. So that was just some garlic pepper. And then for shites and giggles, this little fucking black pepper grinder absolutely sucks. But you know what? Gets the job done. Alright guys, I'll move you over here. I'll actually bring my shit back on. Turn the volume way down. Yeah, I figure if I'm going to do a video and the meal's going to be long anyway, then I might as well just film the meal. A little bit of powder on the frickin' rim. So I got electrolytes, carbs, protein, and some carbs. A little bit of fat in the chicken, a little bit of fat in the, like a tiny bit in the frickin' rice cakes. Let me try this tuna fish and peas. Seasoned up right. I actually want to. Now I can see what's going on here. So this is almost identical to the meal I had last night with some minor differences. Last night I just had more chicken and only the peas. Today, since I have less chicken, that was just what was left in the bag. I threw in the can of tuna fish, and I also threw in the pickles. It was seven baby dough pickles, so it's 2 grams of carbs per 2. So 2, 4, 6 and a half, 7. Wow. Okay, yeah. Anyway, my brain didn't. There's a 1-to-1 ratio there. Maybe it's 3. I don't know. Either way, it's not much. Not much carbs at all, guys. I think total, this meal has 50 grams of carbs. Maybe 60 with that. I don't know. Not much. I think it's like 40. Let's call it 42 plus 18. That's 60. Yeah. Plus another 5, 10. Oh no, that's calories. So yeah. Probably like 65 grams of carbs. And then let's say there was, I think 12 in the protein bar. It's about 75-ish. Plus another, I want to say 10 in the 2 mixed shakes. It's 85. And then the Nuri, I think, had maybe less than 10. So we're still under 100 grams of carbs. And if that's the case, we're way under 100 grams of fat. I mean, probably less than 40 grams of fat, if any. Fat in the shakes, 2 grams here. And we're probably only at about 21 grams of fat. Feel about that how you will. But if we're going on a weekly average, I'm still well within my, range. I'm trying to diminish the fats as much as possible to counteract fats I've already had. This chicken I get frozen from Sam's, it's like a teriyaki boneless, skinless thigh. And with that mustard on it and the spices, it's pretty freaking good. I'm not sure if you've seen me eat it before or not, but and this is like a lot of physical food. So this is gonna make me feel pretty full. Even though last night I ate probably twice as much chicken with a can of peas and I was still hungry. I was pretty hungry. I think the last meal you watched me eat was it my Mardi Gras? No, I think it was that night before Mardi Gras, huh? I don't know. Where I was eating the crawfish and stuff. Yeah, that was pretty good. Let's see if it's good on the rice cake itself. Wow. Those white cheddar rice cakes are freaking phenomenal. I can see why Sam, he's like 20 days out, and he's still getting white cheddar rice cakes. 2 grams of fat, 9 grams of carbs, and less than 1 gram of protein. On like a prep, it's worth it. They're freaking good. Thought I just dropped a piece somewhere. I've been watching a lot of Korean Englishmen. This year started off as like the year of Jolly. I was watching Jolly like crazy. I've seen so much Jolly. I don't want to say I've seen every single Jolly that exists, but like within the past 5 years, I've probably seen every Jolly. I should just become a member and see all like the members only content, but this month I've kind of transitioned into watching Korean Englishmen, which I don't want to say it's better because it's different. I just want to say like it's very engaging and like it's how interesting it is, and like the interesting factor is different. It's not like spoon feeding you internet content. It's more vlog style. It's more like reality of like dealing with these certain issues, or like finding these like things. Not that there are issues that it's dealing with, but like Ollie learning Korean, or them going to Korea, or bringing people to Korea. It's more like an in-depth. Plus there are series. It's pretty cool. If you've never watched Jolly or Korean Englishman, I suggest, or I would highly recommend either one. Very good content. I'm loving it. Like I could watch Jolly and or Korean Englishman all day long, and I do. I never thought anything would dethrone Vegas Matt as my top watch, but it has. I don't have a Jolly tattoo, let's face it. I have a Vegas Matt tattoo. I cannot overstate how good these chicken thighs are, especially in the air fryer. You get a little bit of the fat out air frying it. I didn't show like the little puddle of fat left in that little liner. Plus also using the liner, it makes cleanup almost not even a factor. So let me just mention, I had made it down to about 225 in weight. And then Mardi Gras hit. I ate a little bit of king cake. I ate, some ribeye, some crawfish, nachos, all that stuff you saw me eat. I think all said and done, it was like 3 pieces of king cake total. I don't think you saw me eat any. So I'm counterbalancing a few different cheat meals, cheat goodies. But there was also Taco Bell at some point in the past few days. That's a hard one. Like, I didn't think, like, I haven't been folding on cravings for Chinese food or sushi or anything, but the Taco Bell cravings have been coming in hardcore. I don't know why. So I actually got some Taco Bell the other night. It's like $25 for like, I got 2 cheesy gordita crunch, a burrito, and a Mexican pizza. Those cheesy gordita crunch are expensive for what you get. And it's never worth it. Like, I feel so much different eating like I do now than like after just one Taco Bell meal. And I used to feel like that all the time. I used to think that was normal, like going to bed with heartburn all night while sleeping, waking up with heartburn. Completely tied into the food that you eat. It sounds obvious now, but like, I never really ate clean, so I just figured that was normal. No matter what I ate, I had heartburn, so it's just how I thought. But so 33 grams of protein in the tuna, plus we'll say 3 minus 45. We'll say 40 grams. So yeah, this is going to be like close to 70 grams of protein. Plus, I think there's like around 10 grams of protein in just the peas, which will get absorbed because I'm taking the amino complete array. So even though it's an incomplete protein source, pea protein is good protein if you supplement it with the other amino acids needed to complete the chain, which the amino complete gives you a complete array of all amino acids to complete those chains. Boom, absorbed. So went over on the protein for this meal and for the day, which is good because I'm under in fat, I'm under in, everything else. So aiming for 200, but halfway kind of planning to overshoot that just in case, just to be on the safe side. my goal weight, I think, is around 212. If I can get to 212, I'll feel like I made it. I made it across a finish line. If I can make it to 208, I'll feel like I did very well. And if any pound closer to 200 than that is just like a plus bonus points. I think that aiming for sub 200 pounds is like aiming too high. Like if I say I won't be happy until I'm under 200 pounds, I don't think that's. I think that's off track. So I think my lowest weight ever as an adult was 204, and that was lean. That was fit. I mean, I was doing calisthenics, running. I was doing more than I'd ever done and have ever done since then. The next time I turned to a fitness lifestyle, after that point, my lowest weight was about 212. But I know for a fact, like since 2 years ago, since 2024, when I started this kind of fitness journey, I know for a fact that I've gained muscle mass since then. So I'm gonna be as lean as I was at 212 at a higher weight because of the mass of muscle that I've gained. So if I get to the same weight with more muscle mass, I'll be even leaner. Either way, I'm not there yet. I've got a ways to go. 10 pounds from this point, from being upwards of like 265 down to 225, that's a 40-pound swing. I definitely notice a difference. Other people are noticing a difference. But that last 10 pounds is going to take as much effort as the first 40 or 30 or whatever. So all those free meals I get after every shift, I get back at like 11:30 and I'd be like, well, I'm hungry. I'm just going to eat this part of it or the meat part of it or whatever. If I can't track what's in it, if I didn't cook it and know that it doesn't have all kind of butter, all kind of this or that, it's not worth it. One meal full of butter, full of fat, full of anything could theoretically set me back too far. Like a couple weeks worth of work. I mean, I'm not saying like that would be like 3 Domino's pizzas or some shit, which I mean, I could eat it in a meal, but just to say, like, one meal has the potential to go really freaking bad in the red. So the more diligent I can stay, day by day, meal by meal. I've already done the hard part. I've already bought all the food I need to stay within my goals, right? I have BB Go rice, Annie's shells and cheese, which only have 34 grams of carbs, like 7 grams of fat, like 5 grams of protein. Those are crazy stats for mac and cheese. Like, it's a healthy mac and cheese. That's crazy. And so, Annie's shells with a can of tuna and a couple of freaking baby dill pickles cut up in there. That's a fire freaking healthy ass meal. Some Bibigo rice. I think it has 71 grams of carbs, which I was kind of thinking just save those for the bulk. But I have 4 more cases, I think, or maybe 3 more cases. Still, well over 20 cans of sweet peas. Around the same amount of carbs as the shells and cheese, but a lot more volume. So for like, let's just say 35 grams of carbs, roundabout, I can have a full bowl of food that I'm going to eat and fill me up. Whereas the shells and cheese is like a small microwave container. So it's not as a substantial meal. But for like a lunch or something, if I'm eating more than one meal and I'm tracking everything, maybe like on those transitional periods between cut and bulk when I'm adding calories to my diet per day. And then once I get to a calorie surplus and I don't need to really track the carbs under a certain amount, 71 grams of carbs and a pack of rice, totally fine. But I'm thinking for now, on the cut, I mean like real hardcore. I mean, Sam's in his prep. I feel like I'm kind of transitioned into my final prep. Even though I'm not bodybuilding, I'm not competing. This is like crunch time for me too. I don't know if I'm just mirroring my boy there or what, but I just want to get down to that goal weight. I know this has been a really long meal, guys. The longer I take, the more full I'll be for longer. If that makes any sense. Like if I swallowed it in 2 minutes, then it would be digested within 20 minutes. Since it's taken me kind of a while to eat and eat and eat, I've been able to sustain the feeling of fullness and kind of delay the full digestion of it all for longer. But definitely coming towards the end. I'm on my last piece of chicken, my last couple little bites of the peas. Last little tiny flake of tuna. I'm gonna cut this last piece of chicken up in 2 bites. If I had to choose one thing to eat, if I can only eat one thing from this meal perpetually for a month, these chicken thighs are so freaking good. That's all I gotta say. Electrolytes, BCAAs in a bottle of water. Something like 70 grams of protein. Plus the peas actually, so $40, $73, yeah, over 80 I think. It's a fuck ton of protein. That'll put me at like 230 grams, but even if I only absorb 50 on the money, on the dot, that'd be 208 grams. So anywhere between 208 and 200 and, what did I say, 48? 38? Yeah, somewhere around there. That's it. That's all I got for you. I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking on this video. If you got something to say or you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'll definitely respond. If you want to see more content like this, let me know. I'll be sure to film some more for you, just for you, just for you. You know what I mean? But yeah, other than that, it's gonna be a busy week, busy weekend, another busy week coming up. I'm pretty much effed as far as like working to pay bills for the next freaking whole rest